Hey, y'all. We all up and through the building. If you like what you see over here, Divine Feminine Tarot Team, you know what I always say. Make sure you go ahead, like, share, subscribe. Hit the bell if you want to be here every time that I am. Y'all, listen. Somebody out there, you really need to be aware of this masculine's bloodline before you hop and jump onto it, into it, become a part of it, become a member of it. There's some things about this man's bloodline that you need to be made aware of. I have no idea what those things are, obviously. Okay. And we are going to get into this together right now and see what Spirit reveals to us. Yeah, we see the Eight of Cups energy coming right through the building. Again, you may want to consider just kind of, I don't want to say walking out of this bloodline, but you don't want to be in a quick hurry to jump in it either. That's just what we see. Okay, there are definitely some things that you don't know that you may not necessarily want to make yourself a permanent part of. Eight of Cups energy came through the door first and foremost. Okay, Two of Pentacles. You will need to make a decision, okay? You need to come to a decision about this man and his bloodline, and you will need to stick to that decision. Seven of Wands energy. The Tower. Okay, so what I'm hearing and getting here with the Tower, first and foremost, there's some anger management issues present in this man's bloodline, okay? Anger management issues. There may also be some issues with the mother in this particular family. She's all about money, okay? She's all about money. She may have put a lot of pressure on him for money. This man may have an idea about money that is not necessarily what it should be. Two of Wands energy coming through on the other side. This man's bloodline, we already see there's some issues with rage. There's some issues with fixation on money. These things can be on somebody's bloodline, y'all. It's not always just so-and-so's personality. Sometimes it is a spirit that is present on someone's bloodline, okay? You have to be aware of that, okay? And if joining in with this family, Two of Wands, you see the plan, you see the transition. These things can very well transition into your bloodline and into your life. We see the Nine of Wands energy coming in. These are things you need to be aware of. You may already be aware of. There are some issues and challenges of mood and fixation on finances. I almost get the vibe that his mother would do anything for money. She may have been a woman that was into illicit acts. This woman would do anything for a coin, baby. That's who she is. This is something that he may have seen growing up. So even he has some interesting ideas about money, how to come across money, what ways it's okay to secure money. Yeah. And some issues of rage. What did I just tell y'all? This woman, the mother may have been into sex work, just strictly out of greed, not for any sense of liberation or anything like that. She may just had a sense of greed, and we see that she may not have been much of a mother to him. So there's some issues that this man has with anger, and he has issues with women. This man also has issues. Now we pulled the Tower, and right on top of that, we pulled the Chariot. So we're seeing issues of rage, issues of control. Okay, this man may also have a sex addiction, a money addiction. Look. These are things that they're on his bloodline. They're not just him. We see they started with the mother. These are things that are on his bloodline. Well, listen, they started with the mother in relationship to him. We really don't know. They could have even been somewhere else before that, okay? They may have started further back than that. Okay, Spirit continued to give us clarity. Five of Pentacles energy. These are not things that you can relate to, feminine. You're somebody that may have been raised in church. You're somebody that was raised with a completely different value system than this man, okay? You have a totally different value system. Your value system does not make room for this at all. This is not something that you know anything about. This is not something that you are familiar with. You may find yourself feeling like you're out in the cold in this family. I'm seeing you at family reunions kind of being that person that's sitting in that folding chair to the right that's just looking at everybody else's party because you kind of don't have anything to say to these people. Not to be shady, not to be mean, not to be a bitch. You just kind of can't even relate to his family. His family argues a lot. Again, there's a spirit of anger that travels through his family. Did y'all see that? So, y'all know it's a lot of confusion in his family. There are things that happen in his family out of the blue. Okay? We're just going to read from these cards that fell, as a matter of fact. There's some things that happen in his family out of the blue. There are a lot of surprises and shocks that come through this man's family. You're somebody that's often just finds yourself kind of sitting to the side as it relates to his family. There are often shakeups in this man's family. And you kind of find yourself like, well, you know, I'm going to keep my composure. I'm kind of seeing you, feminine. The energy that I'm getting, you might be someone that you're subdued in a sense. You may have been raised, educated, okay, or kind of in a suburban area, or like I said, in church, but you have a totally different demeanor from this man. Like, so when it's going down and when it's getting extra, you're the person that's sitting back and you're kind of like, okay, well, I just won't say anything. Like, you have a totally different nature. And this man's bloodline is full of, you see it, it's tumultuous. Let me go ahead and put y'all on pause so I can crawl under this desk, okay, and get the cards that fell off the table. All right, we back. The Page of Pentacles has slid on away from us. Okay. This man makes offerings a lot of times to you that really don't hold up. They slide away. Y'all saw it. The Page of Pentacles got away from us. This man makes offerings. A lot of times they are relatively small and they don't really hold up. That is something that will kind of be a pattern in y'all's relationship. He just kind of is the type of guy that, you know, things just don't always hold up with buddy. I'm just going to tell you the truth. There'll also be a lot of surprises with him. Okay. Child, I mean, the cards are all over the place. That's this man, y'all. His life, his family. There'll be lots of surprises. Things constantly kind of rearranging themselves. Here's that Page of Pentacles here. Okay. And we see behind this, these offerings that often kind of come and go, that he makes an offering that evaporates into thin air. We see a lot of mourning and nightmare energy you'll be left with. And I'm going to tell you why. Because like we saw, you have a more subdued energy. You're not even used to this type of confusion and uproar that comes with this man's family. You're not even this kind of person. Okay. And this man brings with him a lot of confusion. There's also a lot of incarceration that goes on in his family. 8 of Swords. Okay. There's a lot of incarceration that comes with this man's family. Okay, look at this, 2 of Swords. People are often incarcerated. They go through different things in terms of mental illness, you know, not really being able to see their way, feel their way. What did I just say? The Moon. There's a lot of people that have impure thoughts and unclear thinking, murky ways, murky emotional problems. This man has some serious shit on his bloodline. I'm trying to tell you, you know, and you, feminine, you don't come from this. This is a situation where 2 people are from 2 completely different sides of the tracks. Okay? And this reading here is just to make you aware. These are some things you need to be thinking about. This man is from a whole nother lifestyle than you. Okay? Do not get it twisted. Do not get it confused. This man is from a whole nother world than you. Okay? This man is walking in, bringing you offerings. We know the offerings are relatively small. He's also bringing in with him these issues that his family has, the frequent incarcerations. People are not mentally stable. Okay, they're bringing you in whole bullshit cups full of dreams. 9 of Cups, 7 of Cups. Okay, this man is a lot of illusion around him. He's maybe presenting himself as kind of one thing, or you may see him for who and what he is, but I don't think you're seeing the long-term effects of being entangled, having an entanglement with someone like this. Okay, it's a lot of stuff going on with this guy, a lot of issues, a lot of problems. Okay, we see the Wheel of Fortune and we see the Queen of Cups. Again, you're very sweet and soft feminine energy, and you're sitting in the middle of this. This man is going to be out here gallivanting in these streets and playing games. There's also a lot of womanizing. There's a Don Juan spirit on this man's bloodline. Ask him about his uncles, sister. I challenge you. Ask him about his uncles. Ask him about his father, his granddaddy. There are womanizers in his family. Yeah, there may be a string of really nice looking men. Everybody's really nice looking. And they're doing their big one over there. Period. All of his granddaddies and uncles, and they also had legal problems. Y'all see this justice card coming through? Okay? And there's a lot of karma. And let me tell you something that I'm getting. The karma that comes to these men, it's like continuous karma because these things are on their bloodline. You understand? It's not just, you know, Maurice is a womanizer and Maurice gets his karma for how he treated Trisha. This isn't that. This is a lineage situation. The karma is often karma that is coming down the whole damn bloodline. Okay? His grandfather didn't do women right. His uncle didn't do his kids right. There's a continuous cycle. Wheel of Fortune energy is all over this. There's a cycle of karma that is coming through this bloodline. You need to be aware of it. Okay, because I get the feeling that your relationship to this man is not that light. There's the potential that you two could end up in like a situation, tied up together in a long-term situation. We got the 10 of Pentacles here. Okay, you need to be aware of who this man is. 4 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. Another thing you need to know, this man is not going to be quick to let you go. 2 of Cups. Though this man is actually more of a karmic, he feels like you're his soulmate. And that's because you're so sweet. This man likes, the more feminine the woman, the more attracted he's going to be to her. Remember, a Queen of Cups energy is always going to be really conducive to a womanizer, you know, because he wants somebody sweet. He wants somebody that's going to believe. You know how that goes, okay? 2 of Cups. Okay, he's looking for that energy. You also have to be aware of his mother because she's a bit of a Queen of Swords. 3 of Cups, she talks a lot of shit. She's a bit of a bitch, and we got this 3 of Cups. Baby, she's seen a lot of women come and go. Okay, she's hard. She's a bit of a street woman, and you will receive some tongue lashing and backlash and rejection from his mother. You are nothing like her. Okay, she'll consider you to be soft. Oh, you're this, you're that. Because remember, she's a lady that's been a lady of the evening. We saw that earlier. Okay, so she's a very different type of woman than you. So that's something you have to think about, having to deal with his mother and her nonsense. Okay, King of Pentacles. This man, we saw it earlier. He's very financially motivated. He's all about that money. He has a grandmother that also is all about that money. She's still taking money from him, his grandmother. So what little pennies this man makes, because this man is very money oriented, but you heard me say he's a womanizer and the offerings he makes are very small. So he's all about money, but he does not have a lot of it. He gets most of his money from women. And a lot of the money he does get, he's still giving to his grandmother, okay? These women in his family still very much have a hold on him. They're very dominant, Queen of Swords energy, controlling, okay? His grandmother, she keeps a lot of secrets from him and she manipulates him. She's in High Priestess energy when it comes to him, and he continues to make offerings to her. And he will continue to do so in the future. 3 of Wands, okay? Ace of Pentacles. This man is going to continue to give some of the best that he has to them. And if you say anything to him about it, he's going to chop your head off. Page of Swords. He's defensive about them. He's a mama's boy. Even though he's a womanizer, those types are always a trip to me. He's a mama's boy. Okay? Period. King of Swords. And if anybody has something to say about it, please know he is going to be ready to go upside your head about it. Not physically. I don't get the vibe that he's like a physically abusive male, but he's the type that will go off. He don't want to hear nothing about his nana and his mama. He's not trying to hear it. So you don't have, and you're not, this isn't a man that you can advise or counsel spiritually or physically. He's just not trying to hear it. He's not that type, okay? We're looking for you. What is it that Spirit may want you to know about this? We came out the gate with the Knight of Cups. Energy. Okay? This man is basically bringing you a cup of mourning. You will be in mourning if you continue to deal with him. And he will be in a state of victory. Because you are everything this man wants. But this man will bring you a lot of grief. He will also put grief onto your bloodline. That's what he's bringing to your bloodline is grief. Knight of Cups, 5 of Cups. He's bringing your bloodline grief. You are bringing victory and fulfillment to his bloodline because let me tell you something. Everybody knows about this man's bloodline, his family, what they're like, what they're all about. They even have a reputation for being kind of like trashy. You know, they fight. They're like kind of undesirable people. They don't necessarily even treat people well. So everybody knows what they're about, okay? It's not a secret. If this man were to get married to you, people would say, oh my goodness, we can't believe it. Look what Brian got over there. Brian is doing big things. Okay, so you can bring some sense of respect to his bloodline. He can inject grief into your bloodline. That's all he has to give, okay? He also is on the receiving end of literally generations of karma from the masculines in his bloodline. We saw that. Generations of karma. We see this judgment card coming through. Y'all know what I say. That's when them church bells come in the building. Listen, this man has a lot of judgment and reckoning coming towards him on the regular, okay? Also, he's his judgment, I'm not going to say he's mentally unstable, but his judgment is unstable. You know, he kind of goes back and forth. You know, he's the type of person that'll say this today and do that tomorrow. That's kind of one of the things he's known about in the community. Three of Pentacles energy is just kind of being a flake. You know, he's in and out of relationships. He's in and out of apartments. He's in and out of jobs, okay? He's not really a reliable guy. He makes big promises, then he doesn't keep them. Ace of Pentacles, Two of Swords. He's that kind of guy. This is some things you have to think about. Yes, he wants you there because he wants to be affiliated with you. He thinks you're sweet. He thinks you're amazing. He's mistaking you for a bloodmate. That's interesting. That's an interesting slip, okay? He's mistaking you for a bloodmate, somebody that belongs on his bloodline, okay? He's also mistaking you for a soulmate, which is what I actually meant to say. Okay, but Spirit gave me that bloodmate. Spirit gave us something, okay? I've never said that before. That was heavy. He's mistaking you for someone that belongs in his bloodline as a bloodmate because he wants you on his bloodline. This is somebody that wants his bloodline to look better, okay? To feel better because he knows what everyone says. You know, he knows what everyone says about the Reynolds family. You know what I mean? He knows what everyone says about the McCullough family. Okay, he knows what everyone has to say about the Billingsleys. Okay, he knows what everyone has to say about the Johnsons. Okay, he knows what everybody has to say about the Simonsons. He's not confused. He knows what everyone has to say about them. They have a reputation. The men have a reputation. People say things about his mother. She's sharp-tongued. She's cutting people up. His grandmother's sneaky. Nobody knows what she's all about. His uncle has snaked this woman. His daddy was a polygamist. And this one was, you know, granddaddy was trying to be a bigamist. And there's always been sleazy, greasy conversation around this man's family. Okay, so he sees you and says, this is what I deserve. You know, typically these types of people always think they deserve better, even though they don't consider, hey, what are you bringing to the situation? They never even ask themselves that. Okay, this man considers himself worthy of somebody that he knows can bring harmony to his life. Even though Five of Swords came right behind this lover's energy, he can bring nothing to you but competition, pettiness, confusion, and it's not necessarily him. It's his bloodline. It's what comes with him. It's what he was raised in. It's what he was bathed in. He has no choice but to bring this along with him, okay? It is what he is married to. Four of Wands energy in his bloodline. It is the Seven of Pentacles. It is literally the harvest that comes along with him. Queen of Swords. His mother made sure he got a lot of it in him, okay? Queen of Swords. Please keep in mind, even his mother has been in and out of jail. Jail follows these people. You got to think about all of it. The legal problems, the theft. Seven of Swords. There's some thieves in this family, okay? And what I'm hearing is that if you have a child, you're going to have to consider this because you'll be tasked. You see this Ten of Swords? You'll be tasked with trying to dead this on your bloodline. You'll be tasked with this. A major spiritual, you know, breaking of generational curses. You'll be tasked with coming out the door trying to break this contract off your child's life. From the moment this child takes his first breath, you will be tasked with I have to get this off of my child. So you'll be taking on a major, okay, a major, you know, I don't want to call it a burden, but a major metaphysical responsibility. Just getting involved with this man's bloodline, you will be, look at this, came right out, Five of Wands. You will be tasked with coming into major spiritual warfare to try to stop these demons that are attached to this bloodline, this family's bloodline, from taking over your bloodline. Your bloodline, we saw earlier, is much more subdued. Okay, it's higher frequency, it's got a higher vibration. You may be educated, or you may have just simply come from a better family, or you were raised in a religious or spiritual environment, may have been church, maybe have been not, but you were raised in a much higher frequency. Okay, so you will be tasked with trying to keep these demons, who even right now, they are trying to find a way onto your bloodline so that they can live. They are trying to find someone to vampirically suck from, okay, so that they can live. Now the question becomes, my next question is, why is it that these demons are obviously feeling endangered for some reason? They're trying to attach themselves to a new host, okay? So why are they feeling endangered? Well, they're feeling endangered because you're present. We just see that with the Strength card. They're feeling endangered because you're present. Your bloodline and your ancestors are not going to allow their bullshit, okay? So every time this man is coming in contact with you, these demons are feeling endangered, okay? And they are wanting to get into your bloodline and take your bloodline over. But the reason they feel such a burning urge to do this is because you have ancestors that are like basically standing in front of you every time this man comes in contact with you, like, oh, I'm going to tell you now, we're going to tear you up and burn you up if you try to come over here. Eight of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Divine Mother's letting you know that's true. Baby, your ancestors are working overtime, double time, triple time, quintuple time, sextuple time. They're not letting them come over to your side of the fence and just park their keisters. Okay, they're not allowing it. Okay, 10 of Cups energy. Okay, they're going to protect your lineage. Ace of Swords, 10 of Cups, the Fool. They're going to protect your lineage. They're willing to jump off into whatever they have to jump off into to protect your lineage, to make sure that if there is a birth, this child will get a new beginning. They're going to do what they have to do to protect you, even if there is a birth. However, you seriously need to be aware that there are some serious demons chilling, relaxing, laid back, smoking their cigarettes with their feet cocked up on tables, playing the Chronic by Dr. Dre and shit, attached to this man's family. Okay? And all they need is a new place to hang out. And if you do get involved with this man, or continue your involvement with this man, there's going to be a lot of friction. Y'all saw them cars fall, okay? And shake everything on the table up. That's going to be a constant in y'all's relationship, because there's a lot of spiritual warfare taking place because of what's on this man's bloodline and what the ancestors on your bloodline are making sure ain't going to get on your bloodline. And this type of spiritual warfare will play a major role in the upbringing of any birth that happens on this bloodline. So that's just something for you to think about. Okay? It really is. This is what came to me on the board, that you need to be aware of this. So I'm just making you aware now, sister. Don't shoot the messenger. If you enjoyed this Divine Feminine Tarot tea, please go ahead, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, okay, if you want to be here every time I'm here. And as always, I will catch y'all in the next one.